Hi everyone, I am the Sarcastic Sloth and welcome to my channel. So here I was, minding my own business on a lovely Thursday's afternoon in quarantine, on my Twitter feed, just scrolling through it casually, and then all of a sudden, what do I see? Well, I see Hollywood's latest offering, helping the spirits of the people, but this time it's not about No, we're not singing Imagine this time. Oh god, that was just awful. This time, it's in regards to Black Lives Matter. Now you might say, actually that's a worthy cause, so why exactly would you be doing a video on it? Let it go ahead. And usually I absolutely would. However, I'm also painfully aware that it's probably the cringiest thing that's going to come about on the internet today. So, what I did initially is I was going to go, no, see you later, I don't want any part of that, thank you very much. And then I thought, I haven't done a reaction video to anything cringe in a little while, how about we watch it together and you can get my take on it as we go through it. Basically, we don't have to watch the cringe alone, we can feed off each other's cringe energy whilst we're trying to get through this. Now, I have not watched this at all. Now, as someone who supports Black Lives Matter, absolutely 100%, there is no reason in my mind that police brutality should be occurring in this day and age. We're in 2020, for Christ's sake. I just want to make it perfectly clear that I am not taking a dump on the cause whatsoever or on this website. It is this video in particular that we will be, it might be the best video of all time. Like I said, I haven't actually watched it yet, but just from what I've seen on Twitter, I have a feeling that it is going to be, without further ado, let's crack on.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility.
Oh. Already. Oh dear me. Like, do any of you out there have that when you watch something and you just know something's going to be so cringe, or something is so cringe that you just have to get up and sort of walk it off? I like that dude as well. I don't know who this girl is.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility for every unchecked moment.
For every time it was easier to ignore than to call it out for what it was.
Every not so funny joke. Every unfair stereotype.
Every blatant...
Does anyone else find it hard to trust actors? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that this hasn't come from like a well-founded place or anything of that nature. I'm sure, what they're doing is, in their minds as well, is a good thing. I mean, obviously this is just, but I find it hard to trust someone at their word when their entire job is to pretend to be other people. You could also extrapolate that out onto, I would be exactly the same as if I met a secret agent and they did that too. But yeah, I just find it hard to trust the words of Hollywood actors who they themselves are, the best in their field at pretending to be other people.
Injustice, no matter how big or small.
Every time I remained silent.
Every time I explained away police brutality.
Obviously there's people out there who do that, but I mean, I'm just talking about from my own personal mindset and experience. I mean, unless you condone some kind of Judge Dredd type policing scenario, you should be trained to restrain the person and, put them away for the law to deal with them, as opposed to you are the law, to quote Judge Dredd there.
Or turned a blind eye.
This might actually be harder to get through than I originally anticipated, but I thought it was just going to be a funny video.
I take responsibility. Black people are being slaughtered in the streets, killed in their own homes. These are our brothers and sisters,
Our friends. Our
Yeah, that's
family. We are done watching them die. We are no longer bystanders. We will not be idle. Enough is enough.
I mean, all it took was a global revolution for you to do... Oh, not Stanley Tucci. Oh, come on, man. Mate. Yeah, I'm pretty bummed out now, if I'm being honest.
I will no longer allow an unchecked moment. I will no longer allow racist, hurtful words, jokes, stereotypes, no matter how big or small, to be uttered in my presence.
I will.
It's one of the reasons why I don't really enjoy going to the pub anymore, if I'm being honest, in the UK. Just because you know you're going to hear some arsehole talk about that kind of thing, really. And it's never someone who's just like outrageously educated, is it? Who has a wide range of knowledge on all of the subjects. It's just some guy who happens to not like people who are not, at least in terms of their ancestors, from where they're from.
Will not turn a blind eye. Going for a jog should not be a death sentence. Sleeping in your own home should not be a death sentence.
Playing video games with your nephew should not be a death sentence.
Shopping in a store should not be a death sentence. Business as usual should not be life-threatening. I stand.
These points that they're making are not unwarranted or unfounded points. It's just it's a little bit like when a YouTuber apology comes about and you can see that the aesthetics are more important than the actual apology. Like, they've had to go into the grayscale. And also as well, here's the thing, that they're all reading from the same script, of course. And I know that they're doing it in context to an advert, but this is just, I don't know, man. It just doesn't sit right with me. It's, I don't even know who this dude is, actually, if I'm being honest with you. These words are hollow because they're off a script. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it doesn't make any sense to me. You know, it's not a case of, I feel like these people themselves don't have these sentiments, otherwise why would they do it? I'm imagining they're probably not going to get paid for this. If they do, that's pretty despicable, quite frankly. But at the end of the day, it's hollow, and you know, just, you know, yeah, a deep moment. It's just comes across as disingenuous, quite frankly.
And against hate.
I stand against hate.
I stand against hate.
I stand against hate.
I will stand against hate.
Good for you, hey? You're just doing what you should have done all along in the first place. As a good person who has morals at the end of the day, you should stand against hate. You know, hate towards other human beings. I know people like to use that word, and, you know, quite frankly, I hate this advert, but should they have just sung Imagine?
I will make my presence known.
And killer cops must be prosecuted. They are murderers. We can turn the tide. It is time to take responsibility. Call out hate.
Did you notice, right? You went really loud, and I'm making my point, and then you went a little bit Batman. I'm not saying he doesn't feel these things, but it's like, you're acting to me, dude. I know this is an act. Like, it's just these aren't your genuine reactions. You've read a script and you've gone, yeah, how can I convey the most emotion in this script? How do you do that, actually, man? Well, I guess he's a bloody good actor.
Step up.
Step up. Oh dear, yeah, that was something else. Well, that was quite cringeworthy. It wasn't maybe necessarily as cringeworthy as I do think Imagine was worse, if I'm being honest. That was just terrible. Just having, imagine all the... Oh no, I just did a H3 then, didn't I? If I'm not careful, I might also become a giant hypocrite too. The video itself, I can see why everyone was cringing so hard at it, because it is very manufactured. It's not a genuine video, and again, they are actors, so it's just, they're all reading from a script at the end of the day. But it's like, I'm not buying it, mate, and I don't think a lot of people will. And here's the other thing, right? So, do you genuinely think that some racist is going to watch that video and go, wow, I tell you what, man, I'm going to change my entire viewpoint because of 2 minutes of people basically saying that they were racists. If we're actually looking into what they were saying that they've been doing all of these things. Clearly they're reading off a script and they're trying to, you know, project that onto the population at large. But, you know, you take that for exactly what it is. If we're not actually using any nuance to look at it, then you basically just said that you're a racist and you're not going to be anymore. But no hardcore racist is going to watch that and just go, oh, wow. No, yeah. Jesse from Breaking Bad has really changed my mind. Like, what? It's not something where I feel that it's changed the world. Or did it? Alright, take it easy, keep safe out there, and hit like and subscribe. That would be fantastic.